Brain is coherent. The brain is highly organized if it's orderly. There'll come a moment we discovered when a person will begin to move into a very super aroused state. They begin to connect to frequency. And all frequency carries information, and there's way more information in the immaterial than there is in the material. So now somehow they connect to this invisible field of energy. And when they do, the brain goes into a very heightened, and when I say heightened, I mean extremely heightened state of gamma brainwave patterns. The gamma brainwave patterns are so outside of normal and so coherent, and it's taking place in the limbic brain, not in the neocortex, the seat of the autonomic nervous system. Their connection to energy and information through the autonomic nervous system, which controls all other systems, is sending coherent information to all the cells and tissues of the body, energies and forming matter. And they're connecting, and that arousal doesn't feel like anger, doesn't feel like pain, it doesn't feel like fear. The arousal is ecstasy, like it's pure love, and it's ineffable. People say, I don't have the language to describe. I felt it somatically in my body, like it felt like every cell in my body was vibrating, or my heart exploded, or the top of my head blew off, or lightning was shooting out of their fingers. They use metaphors, and it's very emotional. Like the feeling is very emotional. Like I've never felt. I don't know what that is. Bliss, ecstasy, connection, love, source. They come up with all kinds of names. When that occurs, and we see that, normally there's a biological upgrade in the body. There's the cancer, now it's gone. There's the blindness, now it's gone. There's the deafness, now it's gone. There's the rare genetic disorder, muscular dystrophy, myasthenia gravis, spinal cord injury, whatever. It's gone. Body's lifted by light. It's lifted by a frequency. Those people that have those experiences, they tend to be permanent. Like they just tend to be like, whoop, it's just kind of erased. There's information in the blood that takes 70% of the energy out of a cancer cell. There's information in the blood that causes neurogenesis with the growth of new neurons. There's information in the blood that produces endogenous opioids, natural pain relievers, 100% of the people. Somehow there's information in the blood that's upregulating genes, and the information's not coming from our three-dimensional experience of reality. The information is coming from that invisible field of energy that exists beyond our senses. And so those people who have those experiences with oneness or wholeness or a greater level of order, it's reflected in their biology as a greater level of order. If stress is autonomic dysregulation, and you're going into super high states of coherent gamma, which is very high frequency, the autonomic nervous system is doing that. That's a whole lot of autonomic regulation. And so the person somehow gets an upgrade in their experience. They come back and they're in a new body. They literally come back and they're upgraded. They're in a new body. They're in a whole new life. They can chew food now. They can swallow. They can blink their eyes. They can stand up on their own. They're in a whole new life, a whole new environment. And they're not certainly on the same line of time, that they were on their genetic timeline. They're in a whole new future, in a whole new time. And you can't get the upgrade from three-dimensional reality. You got to get the upgrade from the reality beyond it. And so those people tend to have a more permanent state. And we're studying this, by the way, in a lot of studies with blood and microbiome and a lot of self-reported surveys too.